आप ये सब देख सकते हैं कि जो हमने टेक्नोलॉजी का एक्सप्लॉयटेशन करके कमांड बंकर और सर्विलेंस सेंटर बनाया है, वीडियो आपके सामने चल रही है कि जो उनकी पोस्टें हमने बर्बाद करी हैं उसकी कोई काउंटिंग करना मुश्किल है हमारे लिए। When we were carrying out the selection of the targets which we had to destroy, so it was a very well thought of plan, and we wanted to engage only those posts of the enemy which are being utilized, which are being used by the enemy for the militants to as launch pads for the infiltration, and we were able to successfully destroy all those posts which were being used as the launch pads by the militants. So there is no doubt, and in the future also the message is same. If any terror attempt is there by the enemy or any militant activity happens in our AOR, he will be given a befitting reply, no doubt about it.
अरे करिए ना आप
कैमरा भी है ना
वो तो अपन तो 11:30 के करीब है
सर, प्लीज बाकियों को भी करना
से सरजीवन कुमार के साथ गुरसिमरन सिंह
हैं भारतीय सेना के सरगर्म रूम में। और तस्वीरों में आप देखिए कि यहाँ पर जो पाकिस्तान के बंकर हो, आतंकियों के लॉन्च पैड हो, देखिए कैसे, और जो लॉन्चिंग पैड आतंकियों को उन्हें तबाह कर रहे हैं। तस्वीरों में आप देखा तस्वीरों में कि आपने बेहद ज्यादा जो है वो तबाही पीओके में की, लॉन्चिंग पैड को तबाह किया। कितना मुंहतोड़ जवाब आपने दिया?
देखिए, ये जो एरा है, टेक्नोलॉजी का एरा है, आप ये सब देख सकते हैं कि एक्सप्लॉयटेशन करके कमांड बंकर और सर्विलेंस सेंटर बनाया है। वीडियो आपके सामने चल रही है कि जो उनकी पोस्टें हमने बर्बाद करी हैं उसकी कोई काउंटिंग करना मुश्किल है हमारे लिए। तो
See, as correctly brought out by you, on the intervening 9th of 6/7 when Operation Sindoor unfolded, Pakistan unilaterally it abrogated, the ceasefire. The ceasefire understanding that was there in place between both the armies. And indiscriminately it started firing, it started engaging the forward post that is there. And apart from that, it also engaged the civilians, the innocent civilians that are there in Poonch. And not only the civilians, we also got reports, we got a lot of phone calls from the civilians that most of the shells were also landing. I showed you that Gurudwara from the viewpoint. So a lot of shells also landed at the Gurudwara area. Poonch, as we understand, has been at a, cultural confluence, at a religious confluence of various cultures and religion that is there. In one line I showed you the Peer Baba that is there, and also in the just behind it I showed you Gurudwara that is there. Now the enemy clearly understands the kind of harmony that exists in Poonch, and it was by design, and it was purely by design and a premeditated response which came within 20 minutes that he started targeted as civilians. So which not only shows the kind of unprofessionalism, the lack of ethics that is there with the Pakistan army. And I think they have been true to themselves. This is what they can do best. They have got no might to fight with the Indian army. They know they are no match. So this is what they can do best.
Destruction of the terrorist camps and the terrorist installations in POK side, and especially targeted by the Poonch Brigade Army, and the intelligence confirmed it, the heavily loss of the terrorist camps there in POK site. What would you like to say?
Yes, without naming or without disclosing much, as we call it, the long range vectors, the heavy equipment that we have which can target the depth, they were used to target the launch pads. A lot of launch pads that are there across were targeted, and at the forward tier, like our deployment is there are various battalions that are deployed. So the forward tier was also targeted in response to the ceasefire violation that was carried out.
And still the Operation Sindoor is on and not about.
Yes, absolutely. As told by the Indian Army, Operation Sindoor continues to be on, and we continue to remain alert and vigilant.
In future, any act from the terrorist side of Pakistan, either POK, it will be considered the on of Sindoor operation.
Yes, as made clear by the government of the day and also by Indian Army, that any act of terror would be taken as an act of war, and a suitable reply will be given. Maybe the measure they were in the measure that they understand best.
टेक्नोलॉजी का का एक्सप्लॉयटेशन और मेरे जवानों का जज्बा और जोश, उसकी वजह से हम वो मुद्दा हासिल कर पाए और ऑप सिंदूर सक्सेसफुली एग्जीक्यूट कर पाए। एंड लेट मी टेल यू वन मोर थिंग, ऑप सिंदूर अभी खत्म नहीं हुआ है। हमारे लिए 24/7 पूरे साल, अगले साल, पिछले साल जो भी हमने हमारी ट्रेनिंग चली।
Poonch Brigade, under Poonch Brigade, the surveillance center upon this LoC area, which is one of the a powerful helping equipment, helping hand for the Indian Army along LoC. And during this conflict of Sindur operation, start from 6th and 7th of May to 10th of May, it shows, the camera shows that Indian Army under your operation, operating here in this sector, destroyed many of the Pakistani army locations, and even we can judging that few launchpads also have been destroyed under your operation in full operation of Sindur operation.
Yeah, correctly brought out by you that as I said that we were undergoing training 24/7. That is a part of job, and it is also said the motto which we follow that more we sweat in peace during training, less we bleed during war. So that was the motto. And when we were carrying out the selection of the targets which we had to destroy, so it was a very well thought of plan, and we wanted to engage only those posts of the enemy which are being utilized, which are being used by the enemy for the militants to as launch pads for the infiltration. And we were able to successfully destroy all those posts which were being used as the launch pads by the militants.
And in future, commanding officer, what you are judging being a operator of Indian Army here in this sector of LoC, that in future, I hope that Pakistan will not do like such this type of act in this area to push in the terrorists from this your location towards inside the Indian territory.
I assure you for the same that yes, the kind of firepower which we have brought onto the enemy and the kind of casualties, the number of casualties which we have inflicted of enemy, he will not dare for the next time that he will do the same thing. And then the various launch pads which he was using for the infiltration, those are as such, with these cameras you can make out that those are under surveillance, and there is no option that he can carry out the successful infiltration. If at all he makes that mistake, he will buy it from us. There is no doubt about it.
If in future he will do in his dream, either practically, hope that the act of war will be announced against the enemy.
Yeah, this was very clear. This message was very clear even from the Operation Sindoor also. That the moment this Pahalgam attack was carried out by the militants, so we were very clear about our hierarchy that we will be doing, or we will be asked to carry out some task. So that is why we were well prepared. So there is no doubt, and in the future also the message is same. If any terror attempt is there by the enemy or any militant activity happens in our AOR, he will be given a befitting reply, no doubt about it.
A lot of thanks, commanding officer, operating upon LoC. Poonch sector.
अरे करिए ना आप
कैमरा भी इसमें है ना?
11:30 के करीब है।
सर प्लीज बाकियों को भी कर
से सरजीवन कुमार के साथ गुरसिमरन सिंह
हैं भारतीय सेना के सरगर्म रूम में, और तस्वीरों में आप देखिए कि यहाँ पर जो पाकिस्तान के बंकर हो, आतंकियों के लॉन्च पैड हो, देखिए कैसे